Oh, how's it going, YouTube? DM Tombstone Belts back here again with a brand new video. And of course, oh, I just realized one of the stones just popped out. Well, I gotta replace that. Luckily, I got a bunch of stones in the closet, so I have to patch that probably after my video. But but anyway, I told you guys I was gonna do this on right when I finished my podcast, and of course, after watching WrestleMania tonight, obviously for night one. Oh yeah, speaking of, may want to save this for tomorrow. So yeah, night one just ended with the main event. But anyway, I'm gonna give you guys my aftermath and thought video. But before I do that, spoiler warning for anyone that has not seen the WrestleMania 42 night one. I recommend you go back on your ESPN app, or any way you can watch it. If you're out of the United States, go back on the Netflix and watch it there, if you can. Just 1 second, folks. Whoa. Just pulling out my box of stones here. After all, I got to... This is big stones, bigger. Okay, I'm looking. Let's go with the smaller stones. Alright, got that out. I'll be working on that in a bit, but in the meantime, it's time to give my thoughts on night one of WrestleMania. Obviously, starting off with God Bless America, sang by the Vegas Mass Choir. And obviously, the first hour of WrestleMania was on ESPN2, starting with the six-man tag team match with LA Knight and the Usos versus Logan Paul and Alex Theory from The Vision, along with their partner, I Show Speed, Logan Paul's best friend from YouTube. In the end, everyone was suspecting that The Vision with Speed was going to win. Even WrestleMania was expecting him to win. But out of nowhere, the shocking bit, I say it's due to the fact of the Danhausen curse on Speed. Speed accidentally hitting Logan Paul, and getting pushed into Logan Paul, knocking him down, and then getting pushed into Alex Theory, knocking him down. And involving with, I think, Logan Paul getting LA Knight getting the pinfall victory over The Vision with Speed. Oh yeah, and before I continue on with that, spoiler warning, like again, guys, if you haven't seen that, go back and rewatch that. For all those that have seen it, this is my review. In the end, and again, Speed getting blamed for what happened, costing the match between Logan Paul and Alex Theory. And then Logan Paul hits Speed with a punch, his hand with the titanium screw. And it was about to get jumped, and was about to get splashed through the announce table until Jimmy and Jay, along with LA Knight, come in to save him, take out Logan Paul with, I think, a 1D. LA Knight pulls Speed off the table, puts Logan on top of the announce table, in which Speed, for a highlight reel, looked like they use drones or like a drone cam or something, Speed does a splat, like a frog splash, as Michael Cole calls it, an I Show frog splash, and puts Logan Paul through the table. So in the end, a WrestleMania moment for I Show Speed, even though he lost the match to the Usos and LA Knight. Next, the unsanctioned match between Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. What other way to say that than all hell breaks loose? Sorry. I mean, it was cool for their entrances, like Jacob Fatu having like those, they're like Hawaiian fire dancers, I think they're called. I mean, you can see when they're twirling the torches around, and flames are on the floor next to them, but they bounce out real quickly. But then it's like all hell starts breaking loose using weapons like chairs, gone through 2 tables, and one gets hit with the claymore, kicks out. one does a moonsault and then kicks him out, and he kicks out. And then the toolbox getting involved and a wrench. And I gotta say, I mean, to get hit with a wrench is already bad enough. And luckily enough, none of them got busted open. In the end, Fatu puts Drew McIntyre on a table. He does a moonsault, puts him through it, and does the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. Winner, Jacob Fatu. And there goes the first hour of WrestleMania Night 1 on cable TV of ESPN2. Oops. Come on. Set the camera back up. Sorry about that, guys. Just grabbing some things to set up for my restoning here. Let's do that one more time. Gotta grab the glue here. Now, but now when you go on to the other places like Netflix International, like thank God for those that have Netflix outside of the United States, or the ESPN app, we start with the Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Team Championship match. Flair, Bliss come out first, dressed like butterflies. Charlotte being a colorful one and Alexa being like a black and white one. Then comes out Bayley and her partner. What was her name? I'm trying to remember her name now. It's on the tip of my tongue, and her partner come out. Lila Valkyria, that's it. That's her name. Lila Valkyria. Just took me a second for that. Then, of course, came out the women's tag team champions, the Irresistible Forces of Lash Legend and Nia Jax. And then when the Bellas were about to come out, Nikki can't compete. She would come out in the boot. She tried her hardest and she couldn't get cleared. So instead, they had to have someone take her place. Who other than the return of Paige? That's right, guys. Paige has returned to WWE for the first time in over 8 years. Surprisingly, when she had to retire due to her injury, she has come back to the WWE and compete in this matchup. And everything was going back and forth. Anyone could have won. And then when it was down to the Bellas with Paige between Charlotte and Alexa, Alexa was about to put in a finish move with the help of Charlotte Flair. Charlotte gets pulled out of the ring and causes a distraction for Alexa when she gets attacked by Nikki with her crutch, leading to Paige pinning Alexa with the Paige turner and pinning her 1, 2, 3 with brand new women's tag team champions other than Paige and Brie Bella. And next is the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. I think this is part 3 or part 4 between AJ and Becky Lynch. Obviously, both of them had great entrances, and obviously, you would suspect that AJ Lee couldn't win clean sweep over Becky Lynch. Becky distracts the referee, and then when it's distracted, hits AJ Lee into the turnbuckle that has the turnbuckle pad removed, leading her to hit her with the manhandle slam and pinning her 1, 2, 3 and winning the Intercontinental title. Becky Lynch now a 3-time Women's Intercontinental Champion. And do we think that's the end of AJ Lee? Who knows? But next we have Gunther versus the Seth freaking Rollins. It was a back and forth fight. Literally chops, smacks, and literally just straight up elbow punches and all that, power bombs, and anyone could have won. It goes out to the ring, and then Gunther. Hold on one second, folks. I need to check something real quick. Just doing something here. Gunther gets hit he hits a power bomb on Rollins, not only on the apron, but also on the announce table. And then But then, out of nowhere, Seth Rollins comes out of nowhere and hits a pedigree onto Gunther, onto the table, and then stomps him on the table. And then out of nowhere, Gunther puts the sleeper on Rollins. Rollins miraculously breaks out of the sleeper. Then he puts the sleeper on Gunther. Braun Breaker and as well as shocker, Braun Breaker returns out of his surgery from a hernia, spears Seth Rollins, and helping out Gunther into this matchup, throws him into the ring. Gunther puts the sleeper back on Rollins, and Rollins passes out. Gunther winning the match. And just before the next match, Braun Breaker walks away, but realizes he can't leave anything undone. He runs back to Rollins and hits him again with another spear. Then, of course, the announcement of the Hall of Fame class of 2026 with having Andre's daughter and Hulk Hogan's son to be the recipients of the immortal moment of their fathers, Hulk Hogan and Andre Giant, at WrestleMania 3. Then, of course, there's the Legacy section of the Hall of Fame with Bad News Brown being inducted, Psycho Sid, AJ Styles, Demolition, and, of course, Dennis Rodman in the Celebrity Wing. And then, of course, the chief executive of WWE, along with her husband Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, another one to get inducted. Then we lead to the second to last match, the women's world title match, Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vaquer. Liv Morgan coming out to her new song that she made out of a music video. Then straight up Raquel gets involved with Roxanne as well to help Liv in the match. Hits her finish, the Oblivion, twice on Stephanie to get a pin 1, 2, 3, and Liv Morgan is now the new women's world champion. Dominic Mysterio comes out to celebrate with her and all that. Cena comes out as the host. He announced the record or the attendance numbers at this year's WrestleMania, night one being 50,816. But before we go to the main event, a shocking return of Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair returns, but yet she may not return to go into wrestling because she came out to announce that she is pregnant. So, guys, not only the fact she's trying to recover from an injury on her finger, now she'll be out on medical leave due to her now being pregnant. So I say congratulations to Bianca Belair and her husband Montez Ford. Then the main event, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton for the undisputed WWE Championship. And I gotta say, it was quite an entrance for both of them. First off, Pat McAfee coming out. Then Randy Orton's entrance was cool as ever. Then Cody Rhodes started off showing off his gear over the years, like his first matchup against Randy Orton, the green gear. Then the undashing Cody Rhodes with the mask. They were on mannequins that looked like Cody Rhodes. Then the Stardust outfit. Then, of course, the American Nightmare outfit. He'll come out and dressed in all gold and stuff. And I say it's been quite a match. Straight up, during the announcements, before the bell rings, Pat hits a cheap shot on Cody with a little help with him and Orton. But but then Cody Rhodes starts fighting back, hits Pat McAfee with a crossroads, and then throws them both Orton and Pat out, puts Pat on a table. But just before he would do anything to take Pat out, Jelly Roll comes in for a little bit of revenge and puts Pat McAfee through the table, which serves is right, because I'm pretty sure of it, Pat McAfee, tell you what, you piece of shit, you kind of deserve that. Then everything going back and forth, anyone could have won. Literally, them trying to hit each other with their own moves, like Cody hitting an RKO on Orton, Orton hitting a crossroads on Cody, and then eventually they both end up bleeding. During a moment, Cody pokes Orton in the eyes and he RKO's the ref. Now there's no ref. But then when Cody goes in for a Cody cutter, Randy comes out with an RKO, but there's still no ref. And out come nowhere, Pat McAfee looks like with a neck collar on, but wearing a referee shirt to go for the pinfall. 1, 2, and Cody kicks out again. Then, of course, there's a low blow. Then out of nowhere, Cody takes out Pat McAfee again, hits Crossroads on Randy Orton. The original ref comes to Charles Robinson. 1, 2, 3, and Cody retains the title. That's night 1. But even though he won the title, it didn't end there. Randy Orton got up, and let's just say he was livid. He would attack Cody again, hit him with the title, but before he walked away, he decides to, hold on 1 second, guys, you guys stay up there. And, sorry about this, guys, I'm just trying to set things up over here. Then he would back up in a corner and bring out one of his old school moves from 2009, the punt kick on Cody. Cody's hair is completely covered in red from bleeding, and ends with him holding the title. Even though Randy hasn't won the match and hasn't become the 15-time world champion, but it shows that this feud is far from over. And that's night 1, guys. And of course, I'm going to do this tomorrow night for night 2. And while I finish out night 2, I'm going to announce the winner of the belt giveaway. So far, won by 4 votes. Unless a few things change, like you guys are watching, remember, check out that video and put your votes in. Because when night 2 starts and when it ends, I'm going to do an aftermath video and I'm going to announce the winner for that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget as well to leave a like on this video. Like, share, and subscribe. Also, stay tuned tomorrow at noon where I'm going to do another live stream. That's right, guys. DM Tombstone Belt's going to do part 2 for the DM Tombstone Live WrestleMania special. And then I'm going to do another video, just like this one tonight, for a aftermath video and announce the winner. So anyway, so don't forget that. Like, share, and subscribe. Ring that notification bell so you guys be notified when I do videos like that. Follow me on my social media, like on X at DM Tombstone 96, and as well on Instagram, Damien96, where I might post stuff there if I post stuff here on YouTube. Shoutouts to Stephen Hammer, shoutouts to Dex, shoutouts to Pez. Check out their channels. I was checking out Pez's video. He told me about checking out his video. Yeah, so all that. And I think that's it. So thank you guys so much. And I'm DM Tombstone Belts. See you guys tomorrow for night 2 of WrestleMania. Have a good day. Have a good night, everybody.